Hi, my name is Shubham Bondwe and I'm currently working as a data analyst. Along with my analytical skills, I have recently built a hands-on data engineering project to strengthen my end-to-end data pipeline skills. In this project, I have used an imaginary BPO company called CarePlus. CarePlus is a customer support service company that manages support tickets for multiple partner businesses. Let's say one of the client for CarePlus is Walmart, and if a customer faces any issue on the Walmart website, they will generate a support ticket that is taken care by the CarePlus. Now, support ticket is basically data, and as we all know that data can be structured as well as unstructured. So I have imported the structured data into my SQL workbench. As you can see on the screen, this is the structured data where we have all the ticket ID and all the agent names to whom these tickets have been assigned, and the issue, basically what type of issue they faced, and the channel like through which chat, phone numbers, etc. And this is an example of unstructured data. This is basically a log file. It includes all the parameters of the tickets. We will be using both the structured data and the unstructured data, that is this log files, into our AWS project. Let me explain you the pipeline architecture I will be using in this project. As you can see on the screen, this is the CarePlus system. This CarePlus system is the OLTP system, online transaction processing system, which is a live system. And in this, support tickets are stored in MySQL database. And we will use my OLTP system to transform it into OLAP system. We will transform support tickets into the OLAP system, which is online analytical processing system. For support logs, we will use Amazon S3 bucket and then use AWS Lambda for computing purposes like cleaning, transformation, etc. And then we will store the support logs in Parquet format. Parquet format is good because it is faster, it is highly efficient, and it stores data in columnar format. And similarly for support tickets, we will also use AWS S3 bucket, and we will use AWS Glue here. And similarly, we will also store that in Parquet format. And both for support logs and support tickets, we will use ad hoc analysis in SQL. And the bottom diagram shows we will use Power BI for, after creating SQL, we will load the data into the Power BI so that you can easily visualize the data and gain insights like support tickets, support logs, how much tickets are generated per day, etc. So this is the AWS homepage, and here as you can see there is Amazon S3. S3 basically means simple service storage. So let me create a bucket here. We have to define the name of the bucket. The name of the bucket will be, since we are doing this for CarePlus company, we will name it as CarePlus. So CarePlus data store meta. The name should be unique, that's why I gave the name CarePlus data store meta. In this we have to create folders. So we have support logs as well as support tickets. So we have to create two folders for that. One for support logs and similarly one for support tickets. Now support logs and support tickets both will have raw and process files. So we have to create subfolders within these folders. Raw folder, processed folder. Now we have created both these files in the support log. Similarly, we have to create this in support tickets as well. So support tickets, create folder, raw, processed. Now after creating the bucket, we have to create an IAM user so that you can ingest data from multiple server or local server to this S3 bucket. So type IAM here. IAM manage access to AWS resources, and here you have to create a user. So click on users, create user. Username, let's give dev ingestion user. Next, you have to attach some policy directly here. So let's say I want to give this user, since I am the main user here, I want to give myself the full access of Amazon S3 bucket. So let me type Amazon S3 here. Amazon S3 full access. Yes. Next. Create user. So see, here the user has been created. After clicking on the dev ingestion user, you will land on the summary page, and the summary page looks something like this. Here you can create access key. Since it's my personal project, I cannot show you the access key, but I hope you guys can understand. Now it's time for me to ingest the data in my S3 bucket. As you can see, in my CarePlus data store meta, in support tickets, the process folder is also empty, and the raw folder is also empty. So I'm going to use the Python code, and I will use Jupyter notebook for that. Now this is the Jupyter notebook, and I have copied this code from ChatGPT. I have given the desired prompt and given all the access key and the bucket name, prefix name, date tracker file, etc. So that whenever I run this code, it will automatically upload this into the bucket. So let me show you. So as you can see, it is successful here. So when I go this and refresh here, you can see the file is uploaded. So the data ingestion process is successful here. Now since the CSV file has the data till 31st July, I have to upload all the data. So I have to keep running this code time by time so that it uploads all the data. So I have run the code till 30 July, as you can see here. Now I just have to refresh here and see all the data are here for the July month. After uploading all the support tickets in the raw folder, similarly I have to upload all the support logs in this raw folder, support logs here. So I will use the same technique there also. Now I have run the Python code for the logs folder as well here, and I have run the log till July 30, as you can see here. So I just have to refresh the bucket. So after refreshing the bucket here, I got all the log files till July 30 here. Since all the ingestion process are successful and completed for both the support logs and the support tickets, it's time for me to do some data transformations. And to do data transformations, I have to download the file, and I'm going to start with support logs here. So I have downloaded the log file for 1st of July. I have already downloaded it and opened it in the Jupyter notebook here. As you can see, I have imported some libraries and used the UTF-8 encoding as well. I took help of ChatGPT for this course so that I can access the data here. And using pandas, I can access the data frame and do some transformation here. Like for example, df.drop will give it will drop the entire column or the entire row. Or you can do df.info. df.info basically it will give you all the data types of the particular column. Similarly, df.head will show you all the top 5 rows of the entire data set. And you can do all the types of transformations here. I have took help of ChatGPT here. This is the dictionary format here. Now it's time for me to show you the AWS Lambda function here. AWS Lambda is basically a serverless computing service that allows you to run code. And I have to connect the AWS Lambda with the previous path so that it can trigger automatically whenever the function is executed. Creating a Lambda function is very easy. You just have to click on create function, give a function name, I have already created the function previously, so I will use the same name, support log ETL, and I'm going to use the Python runtime here. Let's say Python 3.12, and I guess it's all done here. Create function. So it is successfully created the support log ETL Lambda function. So this is the pipeline diagram architecture of the function here. Add trigger, support log ETL, and add destination here. So basically, whenever a file get ingested in the S3 bucket, it will automatically trigger the Lambda function here, and we can write the code here. Here we can write the code of the Lambda function here. Sometimes it automatically generates the code. This is the code that it automatically generates, but we have to modify it based on our requirements. And here we can test the code after I can take this code from the ChatGPT and run here, and I can test the code here, and then I have to deploy the code in the AWS environment. Now guys, here I can copy the code from the ChatGPT and paste it here to access all the files in the S3 bucket. But the issue is I have to manually write the name of the file, each and every file, and then run and then test again. So there is one better option that I can automate this trigger. So whenever a new file gets ingested in the S3 bucket, this support log ETL will automatically get triggered. So instead of writing this code again and again, we have to create a trigger function, automated trigger function. So let me show you. Now I am going to keep only 2 files just for the test purposes, and I am going to delete rest of the files. So here I am going to delete it. Now as you can see, I have kept here only 2 files. So to automate it, we have to go to properties. So here is my bucket, and in the support logs I have to go to properties, and here I can use the function here. And creating the automated notification is very easy. You just have to go to event notification, create event notification. You have to give it name. Now in CarePlus data store meta, I want to set the path here. So currently we are doing only for support logs, so I'm using support logs /raw. So in this object, in this folder, we have to go to raw files, and whenever a .log file is put means whenever it gets uploaded, you have to choose a Lambda function. As we all know that I have given the name support log ETL in the IAM user access, I have to select the support log ETL function and save changes, and it's done. Now I have used AWS Lambda for support logs folder. So similarly, I am going to use AWS Glue for support tickets, and I am going to tell you why I am using Glue for this purpose. Here also we have to set up roles and regulations that. So go to IAM roles, create role, and here you have to search for Glue services. So here is Glue. Next. Now same we have to give the S3 bucket access, Amazon S3 bucket, and we also give the full Glue access as well. So type Glue here, AWS Glue console full access. Next. It's done. Let's give some name let's say glue support tickets. I guess done. Create role. As we can see here, AWS Glue is basically used to do ETL in the AWS environment. It is very simple and straightforward. Now I'm going to visually do the ETL here, so simply click on visual ETL. Now here I have to select the source here. So source is basically the Amazon S3 because of obvious reasons. And here you have to set the URL. To get the URL, you can basically go to S3 bucket here. And since we are using this for support tickets, we have to copy the support ticket path. So go to support tickets, raw folder here, and then copy S3 URL here. It's copied. Now again go to AWS Glue. ETL jobs, visual ETL, Amazon S3. Here just paste it. Our files are in CSV format, so I will select CSV. And I guess comma delimiter is okay here. And IAM role, I have to select the glue support tickets here, and then basically save it. And it has started the process. It will connect with the IAM support ticket ETL path. After saving the process, as you can see, it shows you the data preview, and we have already seen this preview in the MySQL as well. Remember that ticket ID and then agent name, Sneha, priority, and the channel, etc, etc. So it's working fine here, and this is the output schema. It will show the data types of the columns. Now as you can see here, ticket ID string, which is wrong. Ticket ID should be integer, and created at, resolved at, all these are date timestamp, but still here it is mentioned string. So I have to transform all these data types. So basically I have to click the plus button here, and in the transformation tab I have to choose change schema. After clicking change schema, we get the options here, and basically we have to change all the types here. For ticket ID I am going to choose integer here, and created at, all these are date type, so I will choose date here. Instead of choosing date, I would like to select timestamp. So after changing all the data types, as you can see in the first step it was showing all the string here, but in the transformation step, when I click on it, it will show you the changes I have made. For created ad it is timestamp, for resolve ad it is timestamp, for number of interactions it is integer. So it's working fine here. So as you can see here, after connecting all the nodes and the sub nodes and doing all the necessary transformation, I have run the script and it has successfully completed it, and here it shows the execution time and the security configuration time here. And after successfully completing it, it gives us the Parquet format here. And since we are given this destination CarePlus data store meta support tickets process folder, it has pasted the Parquet file here. So it's a win-win situation here. So the transformation step is completed from CSV to Parquet. So basically what it did is it went to the source folder, and the source folder here is the raw folder. As you can see here, this is the CSV file here, and after running all the script, it gives you the success notation, which means the transformation is completed, basically from CSV to Parquet format. And since the destination folder was this process folder, it saved the Parquet file here. Now the issue here is that this is a manual process, like every time I have to click on the run button and then it will add the Parquet file here. So it's good that if I automate this task. So automating this task is pretty easy. We are going to use Lambda function here, but before that we have to do some changes so that we can use this Lambda function here. So select the file, click on the action clone job. Clone job basically will create the copy of the entire script. So for each and every node here, it creates a script here. Let me first rename the script here. Automate ETL support tickets. And when we click on edit script here, it will say that the visual tab here will be gone, and it is okay for this process, because since we are going to use Lambda function here, we don't need the visual tab here. So click on confirm and save here. So let's go to ETL and refresh it. So as you can see here, the manual ETL support tickets has the visual type, but the automated ETL support ticket that we just created is of script type. So now we will go to Lambda function here. And now here we have to create one function for the support automated support tickets. Automate ETL support tickets, and here we will select Python as usual, and I guess everything else is good. Let's say click on create function. Now we are on the home page of the Lambda function here. So now I will go to configuration tab here, and here I'm gonna do some editing. Click on the edit tab. Let's say timeout for 15 minutes. Now after editing here, it's obvious that I have to give some, I have to attach policies, and to attach policies I have to go to the IAM tab here. So let me go to the IAM tab, and here in this tab I have to attach some policies. So let's go to roles, users here. I guess let's go to roles, and this is the latest ticket we have created, right? Yeah, automated ETL support tickets role. So let's click on this, add permissions, attach policies, and here I am going to give the full S3 access, Amazon S3 full access, as well as the glue access, AWS glue service role, and add permissions here. Yeah, it's done. Both policies are attached here, and you might be wondering why I choose both here. So basically for this Lambda function, I'm giving S3 access, since the source folder and the destination folder are both in the S3 here, so that's why Amazon S3 full access policy has been attached here. And similarly I have attached the AWS glue service role, because I have to call the script from the AWS glue. So now after attaching all the policies, let me go to the Lambda function again. So in the Lambda function, automated ETL support tickets, this is the latest one, 4 minutes ago. Okay, so now here I have to type the code. So I will take this code from the ChatGPT here, and I will test that manually, and after the code runs successfully, I will deploy it in the AWS environment. Now it's time for me to tell you something about Athena. AWS Athena is basically, lets you analyze the data by writing the SQL queries on the AWS environment itself without loading the data into the S3 bucket. It is basically used to analyze the data set by writing some SQL queries. Let me show you how to set up Athena. So first go to Athena. This is the home page of the Amazon Athena, and here is a query editor where you will write all the queries. But first we have to set up a query result location. Basically all the queries you will run here it needs a location to store all your results. So we will create a location in the S3 bucket. Let's go to S3 and here we will create a folder called, let's say, CarePlus data Athena results. And let me copy the URL, copy S3 URL. Let's go to Athena again. And in edit settings, I have to paste the URL here and save. So whenever I run a query, the results will be stored in the desired location I have set. Now it's time for me to write the first query. Let's start with basic create database CarePlus data store meta. Now when I click on run, see the database has been created, CarePlus data store meta. Now as you can see, after creating the database, there are no tables showing here. So basically we have to pull the data from the S3 bucket here. So to pull the data, we will go to AWS Glue crawler. Here I will give a unique crawler name, let's say OK. And then I have to add a data source from where it will pull the data. So I have already done that, support tickets process folder. Okay, done. Now IAM role, it is by default glue support ticket, so let me select that. Next, database is CarePlus DB and the prefix should be support ticket supports underscore tickets underscore, type a number greater than 0. So let me type 100. On demand, yes. Next, create crawler, run crawler. So crawler successfully starting. So I have to just refresh the query editor, and after refreshing, the support tickets process has been created, and here you can see all the tables and all the columns. After AWS Athena, it's time for me to explain you about AWS Redshift. AWS Redshift is nothing but a cloud service provided by AWS. It is basically a data warehouse provided by the AWS environment. And to access that, just simply type Redshift, Amazon Redshift. And here you have to set up the AWS Redshift, create IAM role, and I want to give the access of any S3 bucket since I have to upload the data from the S3 bucket. So I'm giving the access of any S3 bucket. Create IAM role as default, full access, yes. And it's done. After clicking on save configuration, it will create serverless environment. So let's wait. So after successful completion of Redshift serverless, we came to the serverless dashboard, and when we refresh the page, we get to see the namespace, default namespace. And when we click on query data, let's say Amazon SageMaker Unified Studio, okay, let's skip this. We will use query data in the query data v2. Now this is the Redshift query editor where we can write SQL queries. As you can see, there are no tables shown here. So basically we just have to use the federal user and create connection here. So after creating connection, it will show the existing tables. See, there are native databases, developers and sample data. And now I'm going to create a new database. Create database CarePlus DB, and I have to run this. So let me refresh this. So here you can see the database has been created. You will write SQL queries here like create table public support logs and all that, and many other SQL queries, and you can basically connect this to Power BI. For example, when you open Power BI supports a lot of sources through which we can connect the data, and one of it is also the Amazon Redshift. This Amazon Redshift can be easily connected to Power BI, and then you can do the visualization there. I have connected to the Amazon Redshift data, simply like by getting to get data, more options, type Redshift, and there you have to create server connections and username, and then you can simply connect it with the Power BI Redshift. And I have visualized the data for both support tickets and supports log as well. Here you can visualize as per your needs, like total agents, total tickets, resolved tickets, and here you can get the insights of particular support tickets and support logs as well. For supports log, you can create pie charts, bar charts, etc. You can create pie charts, for example, for info, debugging, warning. Yes, so thank you.